What's up YouTube, this is your boy G, back on another video. Today we're going to open this 8BitDo wireless controller. This is Ultimate, right? So this is 8BitDo Ultimate 2.4G wireless controller. Now this is the iteration for Windows, connection, and they also said Android here. So this has no Bluetooth capability. It only has a 2.4, with a USB dongle in order to use to your PC. Now I purchased this exclusively for my Steam Deck, which I believe this works perfectly. So I will show that to you as well. All right, so let's go ahead and open it up. This is the black edition. This version comes with two colors, or actually it comes with three colors specifically for the 2.4 version. The black, the white, and the pink one. There's also a Bluetooth version which comes in black and white colors only. I like that the box is all black here, like super black. I don't know if you get the white color if the box is white, but this is looking dope. It reminds me of iPhone boxes. This is actually the reason why I chose this controller versus many others, such as Gillikit, King Kong. I love that as well. It looks really good, but this is a game changer for me. To be able to just dock your controller and let it charge overnight, that's a big deal for me. I don't need to look for USB, dangling USB cable there and plug it in, plug it out. So this is an included dock for it. As you can see, 8BitDo. It's USB-C already. And one big thing as well that I like is it has this compartment where it stores the USB connection, and it doesn't only store it. You can actually keep it here permanently. As you can see, it says 2.4 receiver. You can actually store it here permanently. Don't ever remove it anymore, and then just plug this to your computer, right? Or in my case, in Steam Deck, I will plug this to my dock, to the back of my JSOX dock. It will not only charge the controller whenever it's docked, it will also provide wireless transmission in order for me to use it, which is really good. So this is the actual controller here. Ooh, I love the build. Wow, very different than what I anticipated. Let me go back to that real quick here. One last thing that I have is, of course, USB Type-C cable there. Take note, you don't have a charging brick, right? Which is fine because, again, they're promoting you, or they're kind of like recommending you to plug this to your computer or to your Steam Deck dock, not really to a charging brick, right? Because if you put it on the charging brick, you won't be able to use the wireless capability. You'll have to connect the USB, wireless transmitter to a USB, which is like double connection. So nothing else there. Of course, you do have the paperwork, as you can see. Now, the main difference, if you notice, is you do have two versions, right? Again, this is for Windows. This is just the 2.4 gigahertz without Bluetooth, mind you, without the Bluetooth. And the other version is the Bluetooth version. I'm going to put it here in the screen here so you can see. But this one on the image here is the one that has Bluetooth capability, which you can use to your Nintendo Switch, to your mobile phone. Just quick comparisons here in some of the controllers that I have currently. So I have an AMOLED gaming controller here, and then a DualSense. That's how they look like. If you notice, it kind of looks a little bit smaller, at the first time that you hold it. This is the DualSense from PlayStation, of course. A little bit heavier because of course, the battery pack there as well that I put. Now this AMOLED gaming, I reviewed this as well on the channel. Very light. Now this one is heavier. I like the heft of it. It's like it's perfect. Wow, I love the feeling of it. The AMOLED is very loose. Of course, again, this is just some cheapo controller, but this one feels like my DualSense. Okay, a little bit of resistance there. So let me set that aside. And this one Wow, I love it. It has some resistance on it. Now, one biggest difference as well from this model and the Bluetooth one is the Bluetooth one has a Hall effect. This one just has the traditional thumbsticks like DualSense, like everyone that you have, which is not a big deal, right? I need to tell you guys that it's not a big deal. Hall sense, of course, for anti-drift and whatnot, but you have to make sure that you understand it's largely marketing, because we've been using this for years and years, right? And it doesn't really have a problem. Typically, the Switch one, the built-in one for the Switch, are the one that has drift problem. But for anything else, Xbox, for PlayStation, you can use this for years without even drift. So you don't really have to worry about the Hall effect or something. It's largely marketing. You can still live, you can still play with this kind of joysticks, and for the price of this, if it got broken or something, you can just easily replace it, right? No worries. It's not super heavy, right? And it's not super light. It's on the sweet spot. Texture grip is very prominent. I can definitely feel that. On the left side here, you do have again the thumbstick. The design is more like Xbox controller. Another thing as well, the reason why to get it, of course, this is for Windows, and the setup here of the button is like mimicking the Xbox 360, right? Or Xbox in general, not unlike the Bluetooth version, which is mimicking the Switch. So I prefer this because I'm not really gonna use this on Switch. I'm gonna use this on Steam Deck. So if your purpose is to use this on Steam Deck, I think this is the best choice. You don't really need the Bluetooth one. ABXY, perfect implementation here. Not to mention the color. I really love the color because for the Bluetooth one, it's just black and white, kind of like pale, and it doesn't have those colorful gaming, memories that it will bring you, right? Here you do have the minus, the plus, kind of like a Nintendo Switch. On the middle, you do have a star, and then you do have the logo here, which you can use to turn it on like that, as you can see. And you can also use that as a Steam button, PlayStation button, Xbox button, things like that. You also have a toggle here, profile, so you can change your profile here, depending on your customization, because it got a lot of customization. I'm gonna show you to you later on, but it got a lot of customization, so you can definitely save that as profile there. So again, these are the buttons. They're a little bit bulging like that. On the DualSense, they're pretty flat, but this one really mimics the the Xbox. They're a little bit bulging, and I love that because you can feel that heavily on your fingers, right? So as you can see, the AMOLED is very light, or very loud rather, but this one very quiet compared to that one, and it's not that hard, but it's very, very good to press, right? It has almost the PlayStation feel on it. PlayStation's just flat, and this one's bulging a little bit. Now, this is again not Hall sensors, but they're really good in the hands. A lot better than, again, AMOLED, some cheapos controllers out there, but feels like a DualSense, as a matter of fact. Very smooth. I really love this. This is like high quality. I'm surprised. Now, oh, okay, this is the directional pad, or the D-pad. I love it. D-pad of the AMOLED is actually pretty good. As you can see, it's very smooth, right? You don't have any corner or sharp corners there, so you can slide your fingers like that without any problem. And this one is bulging a little bit. They're actually a little bit taller, but you can also do that. They're not as sharp, and it's very good in the hands as well. You do have the buttons here, so left button, right button, triggers, right? Left triggers and R triggers, right triggers, and then the logo there. USB C connection, LED, and a little bit of indentation here, I think for accessories or something, but buttons are pretty good. Okay, the buttons here travel far, right? They're actually identical, right? Compared to the AMOLED here. Yeah, they're identical. The right and left buttons are pretty good. They feel smaller for some reason. Are they smaller? Oh, okay. They're just a little bit thinner, right? Compared to PlayStation's wider buttons. But the trigger, ooh, I love the trigger. They feel kind of like the same. This one travels more though. I can definitely feel that this one travels more compared to this one. It's a little bit of short travel, but they kind of look identical right there. If you notice, this is the PlayStation DualSense, and this is the 8BitDo Ultimate, and they kind of look the same, right? This one copied PlayStation and not Xbox. So the good thing about this is you do have like a combination of controllers, right? Best of the worlds. You do have like an Xbox type buttons here, right? Layout buttons, arrangement, right? Joystick arrangement. You do have the ergonomics of Nintendo Pro, right? Controller. Nintendo Switch Pro controller, and then you do have the buttons and the trigger of PlayStation, of course, minus the actual technology of the triggers, right? The adaptive triggers and whatnot. But like, if you get this, it's like you have the combination of all of the controllers that you love, Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox, which is nuts, right? I really love that about it. Now, of course, on the back, it has two paddles as well, and then a toggle to go to the D or X, right? Older games or some other DirectX games, you can use D, but everything else just use X, right? That's like the latest one that the computers support, the game support. This is the good thing about this. So if you notice, this is the main reason why I purchased this. This one is probably a magnet, and this one, because it snaps perfectly. I don't know if you can hear that, but you hear that? And once it's connected, right? And it's really good, right? Very satisfying. Click on it. And you don't even have to worry. You just drop it like that. It'll go to the position, right? Yeah. See that? So the perfect thing about it is, again, plug this with the USB transmitter, right? USB receiver there. You just keep it underneath, plugged in. You plug this to your Switch, or sorry, to your PC, or on my case again, to your Steam Deck. And then use it like that. When you're done playing, just put it beside your Steam Deck. When you're about to play, just get it like that. It'll always be full charge because of that, right? And then when you're playing, it's ready to play, and it will automatically pair already for wireless. So that's really good. Okay, so this is the software for the 8BitDo Ultimate. So it's detected, sets Windows, we're on the Windows, and that's pretty much it. Everything is in here, and 8BitDo software is one of the most comprehensive one, right? You can basically change everything here, including the back pedals, right? Apologies for the sounds there, but the Windows is just detecting and setting it up. But yeah, everything is here. So from the first one, it says mapping. You can just map everything there. Again, you can just change it into your likings. This is for the Windows version, right? And then sticks, you can also check these sticks here. So as you can see right now, right, it's detected, both of them. And then you can also adjust the dead zone here. So as you notice, there's left stick, right stick. You can adjust like the radius, right? Where to activate, like extend the dead spot on that, right? And then you can also adjust the like the threshold, right? If you want to make it like lower, so you just do a little bit of effort, right? So this is definitely like an ultimate, like a pro controller. You can also do that on the right joystick here. And then you can also invert, of course. You can swap sticks, swap D-pad and left analog sticks, disable dead zone, and a D-pad forward output only. You can do a lot of stuff there. Now, if you go to the trigger, you can also adjust the trigger area. Now, primarily, again, this is for Windows because Switch doesn't really use analog triggers, right? It just uses digital, kind of just a simple button. So here you can adjust the the activity here. So if you increase it or decrease it like that, you don't have to like press all the way, right? You can just simply pull the trigger and then it will activate whatever you're activating already. Again, it's just customizable. It's giving you some options. You can also swap it, if you want to swap it, you can do that. Now, one thing as well is for the motors, right? For the vibration motors, you can change the strength for the motors here. So level 0, level 2, and as you do that, it does vibrate. So gonna give you feedback. 5 is the strongest one. I don't know if you can hear that already. That's the one that's already producing a little bit of sound, and then the right one as well. Now the difference is the left vibration motor is kind of like a big, really imbalanced motor inside, so it's producing very large movement, while the right one is producing precise one, like a little micro vibration. Now this is not like an advanced haptics or something. This is just a normal vibration, but it's pretty strong. It's really good. And of course, you can also macro everything here. If you want to set up turbos, macros, or any combination, you can always do that. And then, of course, you can save profiles into 3 profiles. And those are the profiles that will appear on the button itself or on the LED indicator on the controller itself, this one in the middle. That's the software, and you can do a lot of stuff. I mean, it's pretty cool. All right, so just quick demonstration here. If you notice, this is the 8BitDo controller now. This is the Steam Deck, and it's docked to my JSOX docks here. I'll put it on the television. So I can definitely control it here. As you notice, right? I can, of course, control the Steam Deck using its own controller. Now, the good thing about this is, again, you're just charging it like so. It's plugged in, by the way, USB on the back. This dock has the wireless or the receiver, right? The 2.4 gigahertz USB transmitter there, docked inside this dock, right? And this dock is connected by USB-C to this Steam Deck dock. And as soon as you take it like that, it's gonna turn on. Light will disappear here. It's gonna rumble a little bit, like vibrate, and that is like telling you that it's already paired. As soon as it's done vibrating, you can connect to you can control your Steam Deck right away. So as you can see, you don't have to pair it like USB like Bluetooth, right? You don't have to go to the settings and pair it, if you're losing connection. It's easy as this. And then when you're done playing, you just put it like so, grab your Steam Deck, and it's done, right? As you can see, it's changing the layout here, going back to the Steam Deck A, B, and options and whatnot. When you're ready to dock again, put it on the dock. You select this. It's gonna pair itself automatically. As you can see, change here to the color Xbox One. Connect it again. All right, that is super awesome, guys, because again, you have the ability to just put it there, on the dock and play it like right away. You don't need to use the Bluetooth, right? Not to mention the 2.4 gigahertz, of course, is better than Bluetooth because latency and whatnot, right? Really great feeling overall. Especially the buttons, they're awesome. But yeah, overall thoughts, I really love it, guys. I highly recommend this controller from everything else because of this dock. The dock is the game changer here. Of course, you can have Hall sensors, Hall joysticks, even analog triggers from King Kong Gillikit. But at the end of the day, you're just going to use the controller as it is, right? It's still going to function exactly like this one. You're not going to have a problem with drift. That will take ages, right? That will take time to have drifts. I never even had drifts from any of my controller in my entire life. I am not using Switch as well. But probably at the time that you will have drift, you will have another controller already. You probably have money to buy a new one. But this charging dock here is a game changer. Again, guys, game changer. This is the one that you will feel more than Hall sensor, right? The dock itself, charging it like so, and then housing the USB transmitter, right, the 2.4 gigahertz, in order to connect to your Steam Deck and act like an extension of it. That's a game changer. I will not kind of like replace that with any fancy Hall effects or something from other controllers that you're not really gonna benefit, substantially, right? Like when you're using it day to day. But the dock itself is pretty nuts, pretty awesome. Also, it's a lot cheaper, right? It's cheaper than the Gila kit. The Gila kit is more expensive than this one. This is the one that has no Bluetooth, right? Again, from Gila kit, King Kong versus the Bluetooth, I would rather get the Gila kit because the Bluetooth one is more expensive. But this one, I would absolutely get this PC version versus the Gila kit King Kong. Yeah, but that's all for today, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below if you have any thoughts, suggestions, or comments regarding this controller. Again, this is the 8BitDo Ultimate 2.4 wireless controller from 8BitDo. I love it. Again, my overall thoughts, absolutely nailed it. But let me know down in the comments, if you have any suggestions, any comments, any feedback. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. I unbox and review some stuff like this, so that that might help you in your purchase decision. So just subscribe. Thanks so much. But that's all for today. Stay safe and see you on my next one. Peace.